The United States and Iran are heading into a second round of indirect nuclear talks this week, as tensions remain high across the Gulf and both sides draw firm red lines over what any future deal can include. President Donald Trump said he would be involved, indirectly, in Tuesday's discussions, calling them significant and warning that Iran is a very tough negotiator. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump suggested Tehran has been pushed back to the table by the consequences of last June's escalation, when the US joined Israel's 12-day war on Iran and bombed 3 nuclear sites. Trump hinted that Iran is now motivated to avoid further confrontation, saying he does not believe Tehran wants to face the consequences of failing to make a deal.
So I'll be involved in those talks indirectly, and they'll be very important. We'll see what can happen. It's been typically, Iran's a very tough negotiator. They're good negotiators, or bad negotiators. I would say they're bad negotiators, because we could have had a deal instead of sending the B-2s in to knock out their nuclear potential, and we had to send the B-2s. I hope they're going to be more reasonable. They want to make a deal.
I've been told that a deal is next to impossible.
No, I think they want to make a deal. I don't think they want the consequences of not making a deal. They want to make a deal.
The renewed diplomacy comes as Iran is also projecting military strength in one of the world's most sensitive waterways. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has launched naval drills in the Strait of Hormuz, involving missile operations, drones, and rapid response maneuvers. IRGC commanders described the strait and the Gulf as Iran's lifeline, vowing to defend the waters and strategic islands against any enemy. A reminder of how quickly negotiations can unfold alongside regional brinkmanship. The first round of talks, held in Muscat on February 6, produced no breakthrough or clear roadmap, though both sides described the opening exchanges as a good start. Iran's delegation was led by Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, while Washington was represented by Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff, alongside Trump's senior advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner. But Tehran also issued a clear warning. Araghchi said dialogue requires an end to threats and pressure, stressing that Iran will only discuss the nuclear file, and nothing beyond it. That sets up the central clash heading into Geneva. The red lines. The US wants Iran to abandon uranium enrichment entirely, even at the low civilian level permitted under the 2015 nuclear deal, the JCPOA, which Trump withdrew from in 2018. Washington is also pushing to restrict Iran's ballistic missile program and cut off support for aligned armed groups across Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen, and Syria. Iran, however, insists enrichment remains a sovereign right and says missiles and regional alliances are non-negotiable. Tehran's position is that talks must focus strictly on sanctions relief and nuclear de-escalation, with Araghchi again calling for an end to threats of war. The second round will take place at the Omani embassy in Geneva, with Oman's Foreign Minister Bad bin Hamad al-Busaidi once again mediating between the two sides. Araghchi will represent Iran, while the US delegation will include Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, according to the White House. As the talks resume, the stakes remain regional as much as nuclear, with diplomacy unfolding under the shadow of military deployments, Gulf instability, and the risk that escalation could return as quickly as negotiations began.